Hey my friend, I'm David. In this video, I'm going to help you become a better digital marketer by showing you some of the most important things you need to know about digital marketing right now. You see, digital marketing has been made to seem way more complicated than it actually is, and that is a shame really, because it's actually pretty straightforward. That said, if you want to get the best results possible from digital marketing, you're going to need to know and understand the strategies that I'm going to be sharing with you here in this video. So my promise to you is this: if you watch the entire video, you'll be a better digital marketer at the end. And that is the very first thing I need to share with you, are the key differences between traditional marketing and digital marketing. Brace yourself for this one, because it is pretty profound, and actually it's not profound at all, and that's what makes it so interesting. You see, digital marketing is really just marketing done through the use of digital channels. That is it. So when we are talking about digital marketing, well, we are talking about marketing through the use of channels like SEO, search engine optimization, social media, pay-per-click ads, or online Facebook ads, Instagram ads, or anything like that. Not to mention email marketing or website optimization or anything else that takes place online or through the use of digital media. Contrast this with traditional marketing, which uses traditional media, things like TV or the radio, newspaper or magazine or billboards, basically anything not digital. Now, here is the deal. Traditional marketing still works, but there are some significant advantages to choose digital marketing, like access to a much larger audience size, as there are billions and billions of people online. Targeting as a digital marketer gives you the ability to be laser focused and target only the most perfect and ideal people for your business, your offer, or your message. Digital marketing also tends to be significantly more cost effective, especially when compared to traditional options like running an ad in New York Times or other big TV stations. Traditional options that are designed to appeal to the mass markets and try to reach everyone, which is both expensive and not the most effective strategy. Another benefit is that digital marketing allows you to get immediate feedback, which between you and me is probably one of my favorite aspects of choosing digital marketing channels. After all, if you think about running say a magazine ad where you have got to think of the copy and the creative, what you're going to say, and then you have got to get someone write it up and send it over to the magazine. It's printed, then it's published and then distributed through the good old-fashioned mail service. Well, you could be looking at weeks, at best months, or usually many months before you even figure out if this strategy or ad worked or not. Digital marketing, on the other hand, well, in theory, you can write an ad and have it online in a matter of minutes. Immediate feedback, get correction, immediate results. Digital marketing is a whole lot easier to measure and track because it is digital. So we have got a trial of digital breadcrumbs allowing us to accurately track our costs and our results and everything in between, which allows us to make upgrades and optimizations in real time. When it comes to traditional marketing, you have to wait for months for your magazine on the billboard or TV ad to come out, and it is not surprising to see many smart businesses steadily transforming more and more of their marketing budgets away from traditional and towards for more digital marketing options. I mean, you can't measure clicks on the magazine. So the best you can is to have someone say, fill out this form in the magazine and mail it back to you, or you try to encourage them to visit some kind of a digital channel like a website or a social media platform, which leads us right back to digital marketing. The real secret to success here, though, and something that not a lot of people seem to talk about, is understanding that whether we are talking about traditional or digital marketing, the results that you are going to achieve and the quality of your marketing campaign is less about the channel or the platform, and everything about the strategy. The fundamentals, the principles, the consumer psychology, the buyer behavior, and trying to learn and understand why people do and buy the things they do. From there, you can apply that to digital channels and traditional channels or any other channels that come out in future. Alright, the next thing that is really going to help you become a better digital marketer is to understand the difference between strategy and tactics and when to use each of them. Around 2000 years ago, Santo wrote in An Art of War that strategy without tactics always route to victory. But in this next line, I really want you to pay attention to where it says tactics without strategy noise before defeat. So both strategy and tactics are important. So in order to succeed, and they complement each other, but strategy is the clear winner and priority here. It is your strategy that's going to tell you what tactics to use and which ones you can safely and happily ignore. Sadly, what far too many people do here, start with tactics first by engaging in what I call random acts of marketing. Just doing stuff, posting things, all kinds of things in all kinds of places with no real idea or strategy behind why they are doing it, or if they should even be doing it at all. The better plan then is to take a step back and spend a few minutes thinking about your strategy and an idea on how you are going to achieve your goals, because it is your marketing strategy that forms the foundation that all your future tactics and tools and softwares are going to be built on. Get this part wrong, nothing else matters. Nothing's going to work. Now, there are a ton of different marketing strategies and approaches and ways to look at your digital marketing. But the one I found the most effective, the one I have used for over 10 years now, and the one I have used with pretty much every business I have ever worked with, from small and startups, is my marketing master plan, which is made up of 5 strategies and steps. So let me unpack that for you now, starting with the model essentially to your strategy, your offer, your packaging, your servicing, pricing that goes with it, how you deliver whatever it is. It is important here to make sure that you have designed your model, designed your business around what it is that you find most enjoyable and profitable and in demand by the market, because the worst thing here is to build a business that you hate. Next is your market. These are the people that you are going to serve, and make sure you don't commit the biggest sin in all of your marketing, which is saying that your target market is everyone or people with money. Trying to go after everyone is just too big. Even the biggest brands in the world narrow down their targeting in order to focus only on the best group of people possible. And to be focused here, keeping in mind the kinds of people that are going to most enjoy your service. In marketing, we call this an ideal customer avatar or target market, and it's made up of demographic details like age, gender, income, occupation, geographical details like what city they stay, province or country they live in, and psychographic details like what are their values and their attitudes and their lifestyles. Step 3 is the message that you are going to connect with your ideal target market by speaking directly to them about their pains and their frustrations and their problems, and how your business is uniquely positioned help solve all of them. Sharing success stories about previous customers and previous clients is an incredible effective way to do this, as is getting testimonials from them and putting together case studies that prove to new potential customers that know what you are doing and can be counted on to deliver all of the results that you are promising. The message is probably the hardest part of the master plan in all of the marketing, but it's as also most important as what you say here and how you say it ultimately means the difference between campaign that makes you wonder what went wrong. So it pays to spend just a little extra time here and really dive deep into what I call your customers' miseries and miracles. And the miseries are all of their pains and problems and fears and frustrations. and their miracles are all of the hopes and dreams and wants and desires. The better you internalize and communicate this, the better all of your marketing is going to perform, because customers don't buy when they understand, they buy when they feel understood. Step 4 is media, and has to do with finding out where your ideal customers are present and active online, and then what kind of media, text, audio, video, and you are going to use to reach to them there. Not so fun facts, but most businesses do this completely backwards, creating their marketing plans by starting with media first, often hearing about how a competitor is using Facebook ads or YouTube marketing, or they are getting advice from a well-meaning business coach, because people like podcasts, or they attend a conference or a seminar and get sold on the value of Instagram or LinkedIn or whatever, and they then just rush in there and Facebook, Instagramming and all over the place, completely forgetting about their strategy, and frustrated 3 months later when nothing they do seem to be working. The reality, you don't need to do everything, and you don't need everywhere. You just need to be in the right place where your ideal target market is present and active. Get the right, and you are going to save a ton of time and money and energy. Avoid spreading yourself way too thin on channels that are unlikely to deliver any kind of results. This is why, if you go through these steps of the marketing master plan in the right order, starting with the model, moving on the market, identifying the message well, by the time you get to the media, the choices for which platforms are going to deliver the best results for your business should be clear, because you now know exactly where your ideal target market is present and active online, which allows you to meet them there and ignore pretty much everything elsewhere. Step 5, the machine. It's about how you're going to guide your target market through the process of having no idea who you are, all the way through to becoming a lifelong and loyal customer. In marketing, we call this marketing funnels, or a sales funnels, or a customer journey. But whatever you call it, the process is the same, mapping out each step that a customer needs to take to go from having no idea who you are all the way through to become a lifelong and a loyal customer. Now, when it comes to marketing funnel, there is really no one size fits all funnels. So the best thing you can do is to start at the end and then reverse engineer backwards. For example, a pretty typical digital marketing funnel looks like this. First, someone hears about your business through a piece of content like a social media post, a video, maybe an ad. Then they click on it, are directed to a landing page where they are invited to enter their name, an email address in order to download maybe a free guide and a checklist or sheet paper or something else of value from there. You follow up with them through an email marketing campaign, emailing them from 1 to 3 times a week with more content, more value, and more offers until a sale is made. So that is the strategy, the marketing master plan. You are making the right decision for you and your business. Tactics, on the other hand, are how you are going to execute everything that we have just talked about. The details and actionable steps or activities that you are going to go out and execute on. These are things like what kind of content are you going to post, how often are you going to focus mostly on text or audio, video, and how long each piece of content going to be. A tactical question would be, what is the best time to post on Instagram? A strategic question would be, we even be on Instagram in the first place? And when it comes to making both strategic and tactical marketing decisions, the next thing you need to know about is the difference between organic and paid. Let's talk about that now. Okay, let's start with organic. Organic content and organic digital marketing, essentially anything that you create and don't pay to have promoted. So anytime that you make a post on Facebook or create an Instagram story or upload a YouTube video, anything like that, you are not paying money to the platform to have it promoted. Well, you're creating organic content. Now, organic doesn't necessarily mean that it is 100% free, because the odds are good that you put time and energy and maybe even a decent amount of money into creating this content, but by not paying to promote it, still classified as organic content. So if organic content is putting out content and not paying anything to have it promoted, well, then paid marketing is the opposite of that, putting out content and paying the networks to have them promoted and distribute it in order to get it in front of even more people, basically with paid media or paid marketing or paid ads, which are all pretty much the same thing. You are running advertising to whatever message or piece of content that you are putting out there. Now, the big players in this space are obviously the social media kingpin, like Facebook ads and Instagram ads and Google ads and YouTube ads, basically all of the social media networks with ads put on the end of their name, and their organic content shows up in the feeds of the people that follow you and other people that the algorithm deems might be interested in the kind of content you're creating. With paid ads, your content shows up on the feeds. Now, of course, like all this in marketing, there are pros and cons to both approaches. Organic is free, essentially in nature, but it's gonna be a little more limited in reach, because the way the algorithm works is they kind of favor paid media, because that's how they make their money. Paid media, on the other hand, has the obvious downside of costing money, but on the bright side, paid media allows you to reach a ton of people very quickly. So essential. The choice between organic and paid comes down to the time versus money, but also to the rate at which you want to experience results. Alright, now let's talk about one of my favorite topics in all of marketing, which is direct response marketing versus brand awareness marketing. Let's start with direct response marketing first. Direct response marketing is unsurprisingly direct. It is goal to get a response. You're going to put out an ad or publishing a piece of content, and you are focused on getting direct and immediate and often tangible return, something trackable like a lead or a sale or a phone call or an appointment. For example, direct response marketing could be to run a Facebook ad and expect to generate a lead, to send out an email or measure the number of conversions you get, or to promote a video and then track how many people signed up for the free trial. All of these are direct response, because you are expecting something immediately and you are able to track and measure it. This in turn allows you to know what worked and what didn't. So in the future, you can do more of what worked, less of what didn't. Brand awareness marketing, on the other hand, is essentially more focused on longer term and less trackable objectives, like building trust and authority and getting your brand name out there and into the market. With direct response, we are measuring things like leads and sales and conversions. With brand awareness, we are trying to measure much trickier things like trust and authority, awareness and goodwill. It is doable, but a lot harder to quantify and to measure, because they are a lot more intangible. Build a long-term, scalable, sustainable and profitable business well, you do need a pretty decent mix of both direct response marketing and brand awareness marketing. But you have got to make sure that you don't make one of the biggest mistakes in all of marketing, which is running a brand awareness marketing but expecting direct response results. That is a recipe for disaster, failure of all kinds of other bad things, and is one of the biggest reasons that so many people claim their marketing just isn't working. It is because they are using the wrong tool for the job. Like following a recipe to bake a cake and then getting really frustrated when it comes out looking like mousse or bread or anything that isn't a cake. This is why it is incredibly important that you use the right recipe, or in other words, the right strategy for the job. You need to know about digital marketing. It's the difference between search and discovery marketing. When it comes to search versus discovery marketing, the single most important word that you need to know is intent. Basically, what is the intent or what is the reason that someone is using a specific platform? Then they first log in the morning or afternoon or night. Let's start with search. And here we are talking about platforms like Google and YouTube or any other platform that has search baked into its core. When someone logs into Google, for example, they have intent, they are there for a specific reason, usually to find an answer or a solution to a problem. They are there to do something or buy something or learn something or take something kind of action. So this is where you are a marketer. Have an opportunity to show up in front of them by answering their questions or giving them the solution to whatever problem it is that they are trying to solve. Some strategies here show up in the search are using SEO or search engine optimization, as well as Google Ads, which is pay-per-click advertising, discovery marketing. On the other hand, applies to platforms like Facebook and Instagram and even YouTube to a certain extent. A user may have intent, but they are usually there for more casual browsing. After all, unlike with the search of platforms like Google, nobody really logs onto Facebook in the morning with a credit card in the hand looking to buy something. This is why if you are doing search marketing well, you can afford to be direct, and a potential customer is looking for something. You have the answer, so you can just give it to them. With discovery marketing, you have got to be a little more creative and a little more entertaining. You have got to get their attention and then keep it, kind of wake them up to whatever problem it is that they are currently experiencing, that your business can help solve for them. After all, only a few short moments ago, they were just casually sweeping through their feed, and now you are here telling them about the thing you have got and why they should care, pay. Now, both search marketing and discovery marketing are both incredible important parts to building a sustainable and a scalable business. But just like with direct response marketing and brand awareness marketing, you want to make sure that you are using the right tool for the right job in the right place at the right time. Okay, I have got something very important to share with you, and it is something that rarely gets talked about when it comes to marketing advice, and that is the difference between marketing products and marketing services. Most of the marketing information out there, whether we are talking about textbooks or courses or even trainings, they are usually geared towards the marketing of products. A product being something tangible that you can hold, that you can see, that you can touch, and that you can taste. A service, on the other hand, is intangible. You can't hold it, you can't touch it, you can't see it, you can't taste it. Plus, with services, you often need to pay in advance, which requires a whole new level of trust. This is why if you are marketing a service-based business, and you are trying to market like a product-based business, well, you are going to be pretty disappointed. Now, when it comes to marketing a product, you have the advantages of being able to show and explain and walk through the features and how something actually works, how it looks. So you want to show in action, show the features, show the benefits that the features are going to deliver, and show the story behind it, everything like that. Let me give you an example. Let's say that I am trying to sell this pen. Well, the fact that this pen has a lid, that is a feature. And the fact that this lid will help you prevent me from getting ink all over myself if I drop it, that is a benefit. But you can take it to further, and you probably should. For example, this pen lid also has this handy dandy clip, which means that I can also attach it to my papers or my notebook, maybe even put it in my pocket if I'm trying to spot. Services, on the other hand, well, they don't have of those advantages. So the main thing you are going to be promoting or marketing services is that you're going to highlight the end results, the end states, the benefits, the outcome, the results that someone's going to get after doing business with you. In fact, when it comes to marketing services, I have even gone so far as to say that it is actually about the end states, the benefits and the results that someone gets, and you can show this by first highlighting that present state that someone is in. By focusing on the pains or the problems or fears and frustration of that they are currently experiencing, and then paint a picture of just how much better things will be after they have done business with you. And this is why I love the concept of the T-shaped marketer. So let me walk you through that now. A T-shaped marketer is someone with a broad general understanding on lots of things. See, digital marketing is made up of a ton of different subcategories like content, SEO, strategy, public relations, email, design, development, advertising, social media, brand video, and the list goes on and on. This is why I am so big on strategy, and why the best place to start learning and developing your skills as a marketer isn't on tactics and tools like mastering Instagram Reels or SEO, optimizing a website, or learning how to create a carousel post, but rather on the basics of marketing, the proven fundamentals and the principles that have stood the test of the time and are going to be just as relevant as useful next year as they were in 10, 20, even 100 years ago. Things like segmentations, which is about dividing or segmenting your market into different segments that have similar characteristics like age, gender, where they live, or what kind of things they are into. Targeting, which is finding out how to get your message and offer directly in front of these people. And positioning and differentiation, which is about how to stand out from the competition and be seen as a leader, authority, and the best and maybe even only option available. The good news about things like this is that even if you never heard of them before, there is a ton of information available, both for free online, like right here on my YouTube channel. You can also subscribe and be getting latest information, or you can also visit our advert agency, that is www.advertagency.com. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, now might be a good time to do that. So make sure to click on the subscription button and turn on your notification bell so that I will meet you in my next wonderful video. If you see this video helpful, make sure to share with your friends and give it a like. Thank you.